Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Roofing Contractor, and welcome to our Best of Success podcast show. It is such an honor to have with me today Jim Bush, who is the visionary CEO of Weather Shield Roofing Systems out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're almost neighbors. Jim, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. Well, I've watched a few of your videos, Jim, and it's really fun to see how your journey through your journey through the roofing industry. But let's start there. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. How did you get started in roofing and where you are today?
I graduated high school very young. I graduated at 16, started college at 16, actually. And my summer job in college was commercial roofing. I found a job working for a local commercial roofer doing flat roofs. And I had to lie to get a job because, right, if you're not 18, they can't hire you. So they assume because I'm in college, I'm 18. So I got a job working there. Um, After my sophomore year of college, I got married. So now I'm 18 years old. Got married at 18. My wife was 20. Went back to work for that commercial roofing contractor as a laborer, right, in the field doing roofs. And that was 1980. If you probably don't remember this because you're way too young, but
I don't know. Try me.
1980,
Yep.
the interest rates peaked at 20.5%, highest interest rate in the history of our country. Housing starts cut in half. Commercial construction stopped because there was no financing.
Oh gosh, yeah.
The economy was a mess. So very naturally, I and everyone else that I worked with at this company got laid off right around November. So I'm 18 years old, just got married, no job. Now I have a wife, and I'm absolutely not wired to just be laid off. And in all my 18-year-old wisdom, I thought I should start a company doing commercial roofing. This would be a great time for me to do that. So I did that. And I remember sitting around at my dining room table with a 10-cent Bic pen and a legal pad thinking, well, if I'm going to start a company, I need a name. And I really don't want it to be Jim Bush Roofing. I want it to sound better and bigger than what it is. So I started playing with names and I came up with the name Weather Shield Roofing. And it just kind of clicked, it stuck. I believe that turned out to be one of my better decisions because the name, I think, accomplished what I wanted to. I have a lot of people will say to me, so is that a franchise? Are you a national company? It does, I think, sound bigger than what it is and maybe better than what it is. I don't know. But anyway, the next day I went down to the county and I registered my DBA, my doing business as, for I think it was $10 at the time, which was frankly a lot of money to me. And now I was in business. And so I started by just knocking on doors. I had a, so I had no tools. Like I had a few carpentry tools, but I had no tools. I didn't own a ladder. I didn't have a pickup truck, but I'm in business. So what does an entrepreneur do? You go figure it out and you just start and you make it work. And honestly, I think that entrepreneurial drive is the magic of the roofing industry. We have a lot of people who started on really nothing more than grit and determination. So I had a two-door 68 Chevelle Malibu that my wife and I shared. We had one car between us. And I would take that car and I would go park in an area where we had like just a bunch of flat roofs in an area or down a street. And I would park and I would just go door to door, knocking on doors, saying, "My name is Jim. I am the owner of a new roofing company. Do you have any roof issues?" And I would do that until somebody would be, I joke about it, somebody would be dumb enough to say, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, we have a couple of leaks," or "as a matter of fact, we're looking to replace our roof." In reality, I don't know if they were dumb enough or maybe kind enough or maybe saw something in an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid with enough grit and determination to start his own company, regardless of whether it was stupid, feel sorry, kindness, whatever. If they said yes, I would immediately drive home, change my clothes into roof inspecting clothes, right? Put on some jeans, a t-shirt. I had a neighbor lady who was a widow, and she had a 24-foot aluminum extension ladder that her husband had left her. And of course, she never used it. She kept it out by her garage, and she was happy to let me use it anytime I wanted. So I would borrow her ladder and I would tie it to the roof of my Malibu and, right, like rope it to the front and rear bumpers, and off I would go. And I would park it a few doors down because I didn't want them to see me drive up and figure out that I didn't even own a pickup truck. So I would park a few doors down and I would take the ladder off the roof and I would kind of carry it behind all the buildings and I would sneak up on the building from behind with my ladder in hand, like a ladder ninja, and set up my ladder behind the building. I'd go look at the roof, figure out as best I could what I thought it would take to fix it, sneak out again, go home, do the best I could to put numbers to it, type out a one-page work proposal, and I'd literally be back there 3-4 hours later with a
Invoice.
"Here's your proposal."
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Right? And so I'd walk through it with them. And again, if they were either dumb enough or felt sorry enough or saw something I don't know, but if they said, "Yeah, we'd like to do it,"
Jim, there is no doubt they saw something in you.
maybe. I thank you. I like to think that maybe. But if they said yes, I would literally go straight to the wholesaler, get what I needed, go back, and I'd be working on the roof an hour later or the next morning. Like they got great service, right? And I've come to understand that this is the value and the value proposition of what I call the home alone contractor, right? The young or the one horse outfit contractors, the self-employed contractors, is they give great service. The customer is buying them. They know what they're doing. They're generally really good at what they do, give great value because they, at least I did, price way too cheap. And there's no loss of communication between the one who looked at the roof, talked to them, told them what they were going to get, delivers it. So that's a great value proposition, and it was for me. But eventually, if you do that well enough, you grow out of that, right? And you hit the ceiling, and now you need to hire people. And instead of being a self-employed technician who had an entrepreneurial seizure, you are having to learn to be a business person and a manager and a leader. And you're having to build systems and right.
Yeah,
And
I mean, amazing. So
at
there,
every level, you go through that.
sure. I mean, it is so, I love hearing those stories, Jim. And here you are 44 years later, right?
Right.
And so you're still in Grand Rapids? Did you
Yes.
start in Grand Rapids?
We started in Grand Rapids. Our home office is still in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
We now have sales offices around the state, and we've done work in 22 different states
Hmm.
nationally. Probably have over 100 projects in other states that we've completed,
Oh, wow.
all out of Grand Rapids.
Okay. And so let's talk about those first couple of years. So as you started, um, who were some of your favorite customers in in the early years?
Um,
And what did you do for them that you thought they thought was so special?
well, my very first roofing sale was an apartment complex, and it was in an area that was kind of a lower income commercial zone.
Uh-huh.
It was a 4-story apartment building. And, I canvassed the neighborhood, got a lead. Of course, the owner didn't live there. He was a real estate investor, tracked him down, ended up getting it awarded a project, and put mod bit on the roof. And I had no money, but I had a lot of time. So I decided I'm not going to rent a crane. I'm not going to get things roof topped. There were 3 sets of stairs, no elevator, and then a vertical ladder that went up to a landing, and then a window that you crawled out of onto kind of a porch overhang, and then a short ladder from there up onto the roof. And it was a 7,000 square foot project. And I did a fully adhered system with cold process adhesive and mod bit. And I carried every bucket, every roll on my shoulder, up the steps, up the ladder, out the window, up another ladder, out onto the roof, right by yourself, and you do the work.
So did you have anyone helping you? You did it all by yourself.
No, no way was I going to afford a helper, because if it took me 2 days to load the roof, my time was worth 0.
Got it.
But I made an extra $500. That fed my wife, and right, like you kill what you eat. So
Sure.
that was the first job. And I would say my first real job. I had gotten a couple of patch jobs, but that was my first real job. And then after that, I did a church, and small church, ended up putting a PVC single ply on that. And that would have been 1981. And it was like, for that manufacturer,
Mm-hmm.
I have warranty number 46.
Oh my gosh.
right?
So,
And they're now into like the millions.
right. So, Jim, where is Weather Shield today? So, 44 years, starting from, wow, I mean, totally a one-man show. How many
Yeah.
employees do you have? How much have you grown? How many you said you've got sales offices all over the place.
Well, not all over the place, but we have a sales office in Lansing, Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan. We've put a couple of sales people over in your neck of the woods in Detroit on the east side of the state. So
Yeah.
we now cover all of Michigan, and customers will bring us situationally to other states and areas. But so we were on your top 100 list
Mhm.
this past year. And I think we were number 57
Okay.
on the top 100 list. We made the Inc. magazine, Inc. 5,000 list of fastest growing companies in America in
Nice.
2023. USA Today, Detroit Free Press, best company to work for in Michigan
Yeah, congratulations.
last year. Thank you. Um, Sales Transformation Group, who you may know,
Mhm.
Ryan Groth, we were their contractor of the year. And we just found out, I just got notification yesterday that Michigan Best and Brightest
Yeah,
as well.
that's
Uh,
awesome. Yeah, a friend of mine runs that organization. Yeah.
okay. So we've come a long way. Um, in this peak season, we keep about 140 people busy.
Okay.
And, we are living our core values. Our focus is on blessing people. I believe that every company must have a noble purpose, a purpose that transcends just the work that they do. And our purpose is people. It is to bless people.
Blessing
And
people. I love that.
that starts with our people and then flows out from there. And for
Yeah.
us, we think that that's the right recipe, is that you start by figuring out how do you help your people to thrive, and then it flows outward to your customers, to
Mhm.
your vendors, to your community, really to the world,
I love
right?
it. I love it, Jim. And so there's clearly what there is as you're talking and I'm hearing all these great things that you do, I really think that is going to turn into kind of almost like a series of videos with Jim Bush. Um, it's more than just there's no way we can just fit this all in. But tell me, what are your core values? Let's wrap up with what your core values on, and then I'd like to um, schedule another video that we do, and we can dive
Sure.
into those core values.
I would love that. So our core values we capture with an acronym, and the acronym is ACT, ACT,
Mhm.
go, serve, act, go, serve.
Okay.
ACT, ACT, we are achievers
Yeah.
who care personally, and we are team players who, and that's ACT,
Okay.
go, GO,
Yep.
we get better every day and we own it.
Love
And
it.
then serve is we serve
Mhm.
well. Achievers who care personally, team players who get better every day and who own it and serve well. That's the soul of who we are at Weather Shield. And that's how we hire, fire, train, manage, reward, is around that. And we truly live that out every day. And it permeates everything we are and everything we do.
That's
And
amazing. That is awesome. There is, you have a lot to unpack. There is no doubt, especially starting the way you have it. I just love the story. It's amazing. You know, yeah, I mean, you graduated at 16, overachiever. You started your own, you went to college, right away. I'm going to call you again. I'll call you an overachiever. Got married at 18. Woo, woo, that's amazing. And
still married to the wife of my youth.
that is awesome.
My wife is my best friend. She's my partner, and I love her more today, and I would say better today than ever before in my life, right? It's richer, it's deeper. So
Fabulous. It's amazing. Yes, I can't wait to unpack all these topics that I want to cover with you. And this is an incredible start to what we're going to put together, Jim. So I am so grateful for your time. Thank you so much for kicking us off what's going to be a really fun video series with Jim Bush at Weather Shield Roofing Systems. And if anybody has any questions about your company, what's the website? Where do they find out more?
WeatherShieldUSA.com.
Okay.
WeatherShieldUSA.com.
Well, Jim, this is going to be fun. And again, I'm honored to have this conversation with you today and kick off what's going to be really fun. So, and then on the flip side, if anybody has any questions for us, it is roofingcontractor.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content, especially make sure you sign up for our free e-newsletter. It's free to sign up for our website. Follow us on all our social media channels so you can stay up to date in all the great content we're putting together, especially like we are today with Jim. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Jim, thanks again.
Thank you so much. A pleasure to be with you, Jill.